So obviously Melbourne have probably been underperforming for the last 2 or 3 years, dating back to that 2022 season where they got knocked out in straight sets. The nucleus is pretty good still. You've got Gorn, Viney, Petrarca, May, Lever, Oliver, which I think would be pretty exciting for any coach that was coming into the football club, especially when they're supported by the young players, which I think they've got some pretty good middle-aged to young players in Rivers, Bowie, Pickett, Van Rooyen, who has actually found himself out of the team this week, surprisingly, Langford, Windsor, Sparrow. So I think that's a pretty good core group of players. Clearly they've been underperforming. Simon Goodwin's under a bit of pressure. I'm bullish on the Dees. I don't think they need to go into a full rebuild. There's some suggestions they need to trade out star players to bring in draft picks. I think they've got a good group of players, but there might just be time for change. And when you think about a group like this, do you take on a first-time senior coach, or do you take on a senior coach that's been there, experienced it, done this with players like Shuey, Nat Nui, Yo, Redden, and that leads me to the big watch, and that's Adam Simpson. And we know Simmo's got a cushy job in the media now with you boys, and he's doing a really good job. But I think what we can all agree on is he's a competitor, loves a challenge. I think he's got more to give to the game, and I think he would do really well with this Melbourne list. And even last year, we weren't a very good football team, but he got the most out of Jake Waterman, Jeremy McGovern, Elliot Yeo. He was able to maximise the best players' strengths, and then the other guys, the role players, just played their roles around that. And I think he'd be able to do that really well at Melbourne. So I'll be very surprised if his management doesn't get a call from the Dees if they decide to move on from Simon Goodwin. And I'd be very interested to see whether he was interested in going back down that route. I think he's still got a lot to give. He's a competitor, and I don't reckon he liked the way that it finished. So Simmo's my watch for this week, boys.
Okay.